Brings together prominent activists, journalists, and academics. The two-day event is run by Kadem, a Turkish nonprofit organization, and President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is delivering the opening address. So for more, we can join our TRT World producer, Adeshwa Josh, who is live at the Kadem Women's Conference. There she is. Hi, Adeshwa.
Hi, Andrea. A lot has been discussed here about women at this conference, and it couldn't be more timely. The theme itself couldn't be more timely in an era of the Me Too movement, where people around the world have been showing solidarity for women's issues and women's rights. Only this time, Turkey is taking it a step further to talk about family empowerment and domestic violence. Here, the debate has been so much about domestic violence, and it is not a local issue, it's a global issue. According to the United Nations, 35% of women have been exposed to some sort of violence or the other. But here in Turkey in 2012, the parliament passed a law to protect and prevent women from experiencing domestic violence. And experts say that that law has driven down the prevalence of domestic violence considerably. But if you listen to President Erdogan's speech, he clearly understands that there are outstanding issues that form the basis of the conversations in this conference. He mentioned there that he wants gender equality, but one that is rooted in Turkish culture and history. And so we have Kadem, who has been driving that conversation, inviting experts from around the world, including Africa, to come up with a strategy, resolutions to help Turkey strengthen its goal in that area. I have with me an executive board of Kadem, Ozgur Yavuz. Thank you so much for speaking to us on TRT World. My first question to you is, how important is it for Turkey to have this conversation around family empowerment and domestic violence at a national level at this time in the history of this country?
Okay. Thank you very much. Kadem is an NGO. Actually, we can say that it's a young NGO, almost 6 years old, working for the empowerment of the women. Well, when we say empowerment of the women, of course, we should be discussing about the family issues. Today is the third edition of Women and Justice Summit, and there are people from 16 different countries. So it's an issue, as you said, for many countries, not only for Turkey. It's a world issue, and this is a summit at the world event. We can say that we have people from European countries like Portuguese, Italy, Poland, Spain, France, Belgium, and also Middle Eastern countries like Qatar, Palestine, and also even Asian countries, Malaysia and South Korea, and even from far destinations like Brazil, South Africa, we have speakers. This is showing us that this is an issue, the women issue and the family issue is an issue for all societies and even also for all religions. And in Turkey, especially in the last 15 years, our governments has always had trying to introduce betterment policies for a better work-life and family life balance to create us. So they had always supported policies, social policies, to create such a better environment for that. And our president himself is always very encouraging our governments and our NGOs and governmental bodies to be working on that, because he doesn't want these things to be a discourse only. He really wants to see the implementations, the real implementations. He wants to see the policies, so that's why he's always backing this event. He's always encouraging women.
Which brings us to my next question. What happens after this shop talk? What immediate steps will your team and the rest of the participants, what steps are you going to take to implement some of these resolutions?
Yeah. We have, a special ministry which is taking care of women and family issues and the working life issues. They have introduced too many new improvements to making the working life easier for women. And also another topic for them to discuss and to fight with is actually the domestic violence. When we say domestic violence, it's not only against women, but also it's against children, which is a serious issue. So our ministry is always working with different NGOs like KADEM. We have too many different NGOs, more than 100 women NGOs in Turkey working in these issues, and the ministry is always in strong collaboration with these NGOs. We are sitting at the same table, we are discussing and trying to introduce new policies together with the ministry. So it's a governmental issue, and it's also the society is always helping and trying to do the necessary advocacy for this serious issue.
Özgür Yavuz, thank you so much. So basically, this conversation is no longer taking place among friends in bathroom. It's now become a national issue, a national conversation, and it's coming at a pivotal time. President Erdogan mentioned that gender equality is a Turkish cultural thing, and he's in support, and he's going to make sure that this conversation is sustained and proper implementations are put in place. Back to you, Andrea.
Okay, Adeshwa, thank you so much for that.